Hey, how y'all doing today? It is your Uncle Steve here in the Monday Minutia. Let's talk about a great week 2 win for our Atlanta Falcons, 25-24. And we're going to play a little word association today. Did a little bit yesterday with Bijan. I want to hear the temperature of the fan base when it comes to certain players or coaches on the Atlanta Falcons team. Let's get it started. Hey, what is going on? Hey, we have a streak going on, folks. Second Monday Minutia in a row that the Falcons have won a game. I don't know if that's a record or not. It's got to be close to it, but I love it. Like what we're doing. The Atlanta Falcons are 2-0, sitting atop the NFC South right now. And you got to love life, right? This is perfect. Going into the third week, going on the road against Detroit. But before we go there, let's talk about what happened yesterday. As you all are coming in, make sure you come in, like the video. If you haven't subscribed, and y'all asking why I keep doing that because I'm burping because of this Pepsi Zero. Sorry about that. But as y'all come in, man, we're going to talk a little bit about yesterday's game, and we're going to play word association. And the word association, if you're not familiar with it, I'm going to name a player. And as I name the player, I want you to tell me what your thoughts are of that particular player right now. One word to describe that person this year for the Falcons. And it ought to be kind of fun. We did a little bit yesterday with Bijan. I'd like to see how far we can go with it with the rest of the team, because I tell you what, it was a great showing yesterday. A lot of good things to talk about. Still some things that we can clean up as a team. And I just want to keep it as much as I'm still happy about our start. This is about the long run. You know, I don't want it to be where we celebrate a win and, because it's been so long since we had a win. I want to look forward to November, December, and hopefully January when we're still playing significant football. And 2 wins in the books, 2 out of 2, sounds good to me. I think we have the possibility of making it 3 out of 3 going into next week against the Detroit team that they won 1 game on Thursday night, and everyone had them as one of the top 5 teams in the NFL. And that's the beauty of it. You rise and fall each week. I'm definitely extremely happy that our Atlanta Falcons are 2-0, probably getting a little bit more attention than we were a couple of weeks ago leading into the season. I'm not really as concerned so much about the media and the national media. I know you hear a lot of people, more concerned about what outside people are saying. But can we have a conversation amongst ourselves, family-wise? And can we have an honest conversation about some of the things going on with our Atlanta Falcons? I would love to be able to sit here and say, yep, Atlanta Falcons are playing the best ball in the NFL. But, yeah, we got a lot of stuff to clean up. And we could talk about the good. We could talk about the bad. We could talk about the middle. but we're going to talk about it honestly. I'm not going to talk to you as everything is going great with the Falcons, rah, rah, rah. But I'm also not going to neglect the fact that we are 2-0. And 2-0 is much better than 1-1 and 0-2. I'll take that any day. But I'm going to celebrate the win, but we're also going to talk about the word association with the players that we have and coaches right now. But I'm also going to open up the floor for those who just might have comments that say, you know what, Steve, we're 2-0, but I didn't like this. This is not a platform that you get demonized for rooting for a 2-0 team, yet have, problems with the team. You feel free to state your opinion over here. Also feel free to say, I love this Falcon team and I think they're perfect. Either way it goes, I'm glad you're here with your Uncle Steve. Thank you for joining us, especially those in Atlanta Bird Game, Facebook. Thank you for joining us as well. If you are coming in here, Facebook or YouTube, would you mind going over there and push that like button for me just to let everybody know that you're watching and listening and everybody to tune into your Uncle Steve on Mondays. We do the Monday Minutia every Monday, usually between 5 and 6 o'clock. And today we're going to try to wrap it up in about an hour or so because we have that New Orleans, Carolina game, which is very important. Now you start thinking about it. This is the significance of success, folks. We're 2-0, 1-0 in the division. And now you start, yes, early. I'm starting to think about, okay, let's start knocking folks off. New Orleans and Carolina, they're both our rivals, but who do you really want to win? Well, obviously, the Saints rivalry won't let me pick them for a lot of stuff, but quite honestly, it behooves us for Carolina to win today. Carolina wins today, knocks New Orleans 1-1. New Orleans goes to 0-1 in the division. Carolina still 1-1, but their one division losses to us. You can start thinking. I start thinking about the long game. I stay happy in the moment, but I think about the long game. And that's where I am. So today, hopefully, Carolina will do their thing, and we'll see how it goes with that. Let's go to the chat, see what's going on. The Dixon Way, he said he's first in the chat. Hit that Sesame Street music, sunny day, keeping the clouds away. On my way, he had the whole lyrics. On my way to where the air is clean. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Larry is doing a great job. I know if you got a chance to watch his broadcast yesterday, he did the Falcons live reaction. If you get a chance, go back and peek at it. I peeked at it yesterday. Nothing better to have an actual fan sitting there going through the emotions with you as you're watching the game, as opposed to maybe the national media. Even though I give a special shout out to the guys at 92.9, West Durham and Dave Archer. I think West Durham is probably the best hometown football caller in the league. I think he's awesome. So check them out. But if you're on YouTube, check out my buddy Larry on the Dixon Way. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you run up the likes for that particular channel. Thank you, Larry. We appreciate you as always. Terry Ward is here. What's up, Uncle Steve? What's going on, Terry? Thank you for joining us here in the lounge. Marina is here. Happy Monday, Uncle Steve. Yes, it's a very, very happy Monday for our 2-0 Atlanta Falcons. Stephon Mosley is in here. Said, what's good, Uncle Steve? How you doing? Francis Washington is here. Hello, Uncle Steve and family. Saying hey to everybody who's up and down the line. My buddy Devontae is here. What's up, Uncle Steve? I only caught a live from the beginning. It's all good, Devontae. I know you watch, so that's more important. Thank you, as always, for your support. That's one of my longtime guys right there. He's listened way before I got on YouTube, and I appreciate you. Timothy Deal is here. What's up, everybody coming from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is kind of interesting. Timothy is really, it'll really be interesting to hear some of your thoughts on things and how it went for you with Green Bay. I know for 3/4, Green Bay fans probably had already wrapped this up and thought it was over. And we've been on the other side of that, so I'm not trying to act like we've arrived, but the Green Bay fans were lathered up by the end of the third quarter. They were lathered up, ready to go home. We got this 24-12 league. It's all over with. And then the dams broke, and the Falcons had three straight scoring drives where they did their thing. So interesting. Charles B is here. What's going on? Good evening, sir. Raymond is in the house. What's going on, Unc? Say looking forward, getting it better from coaching on down the line. Timothy comes back and says, happy for the win, but we need better pass rush to help our secondary. Which is funny to me because, we gotta, it's gotta be a pass rush. We do. We were promised that, and we haven't gotten it yet. So we do need some more. There was a nice rush, Caden Ellis early, but we needed more consistency. Atlanta supporter is here. What's up? He says, Uncle Steve, you're the chosen one. No, but I appreciate the thoughts. Appreciate it. We got a lot of folks out here. False Start said, what it do? What it do, y'all? He's in the house. Coach Davis is in the house. What's up, Coach? It's great day to be 2-0. Yes. Stephon says, yes, the long game is the key. It's got to be, folks. And remember the last 2 years that we've started 0-2, and think about how much the line of questioning is from the fan base. The fan base, you're 0-2. Last year, Mariota, should we change? What is the coach doing? How can we do that? Now, this year, we're 2-0, and we're starting to think about, it's a division game coming up. Detroit is a conference game. That's going to count in the standings. So we got to win. The mentality changes to a winning mentality. You're not thinking about, other things. And it makes it easier to clean up some of those mistakes. You're thinking a lot about mistakes when you lose and how to fix them. Well, when you win, you want to clean up the mistakes too, but it's just a better, I'm sure today, which they usually do Tell the Truth Mondays up at Flowery Branch, I'm pretty sure when they look at that film, there's going to be a lot of things, offensive line, that they need to really take care of if we're going to be serious in our march in 2023. Q, what's going on? Q said, rise up. What's up, Uncle Steve? Flowers, better. No Flowers, better O-line protection, good play calls. We'll be 3-0, boy. Trey Flowers. Woo! And it was so funny because they barely messed with AJ on the other side. I know they got him once, but they barely messed with him. I think, judging by at least Okuda trying to get out there during practice this past week, I have a sneaky suspicion they might unleash him against his old team, maybe a little bit of motivation going into that. So don't be surprised if you see Jeff Okuda on that other side queue, and we don't have to worry about that. Smart Ride is here. What's going on, sir? Say, Smart, great Monday, Unc. Are the Falcons trying to create this mystical great white hope at the middle linebacker position? Are you trying to say they want the next Keith Brookings? If that's what you're, or as we say down here, Keith Brookings? So, it's interesting. And while I think Caden Ellis definitely has that potential to be that rush guy up the middle, got his sack yesterday, giving him credit on that. But, man, I always see Caden Ellis on the other side of the tackle. I've seen some angles he's taken that just aren't very good. I know it's week 2, so we have a lot longer to go, so that we still have some things to clean up. But keep in mind, too, Smart Ride, we were kind of hoping to develop him into that. He was not starting for New Orleans, contrary to belief. He had a lot of sacks, but he was not the perennial guy roaming in the middle like DeMario does. He was coming off for packages. And he took advantage of that. But he was not the prototypical middle linebacker. So I'm not saying that's an excuse, but I am saying Let's see what happens. Terry Martin, what's going on? Say, what it do, Up? Ritter showed us hope in the second half. Dropped his nuts. I love it. Ritter. By far, this has been probably one of the few times that I've said, okay, Ritter really won that game. Bijan did Bijan stuff. Now I'll get back to that later. Ritter won that game, man. Ritter absolutely was the engineer of those drives. So I give him full credit for week two's. I say full. It's a shared credit, but I give him credit for being able to do that. Now, that doesn't mean he'll get a pass for the rest of the season. There's still a lot of things I would like to see. I know the interception. I know he got hit. I get it. Offensive line, all of that. Couple of throws that one to Quay Walker, that Quay Walker just dropped. That could have been disastrous. So there are still a lot of things for him to clean up. Because now we're not talking about the 15 to 18, 83% completion rate that everyone was ready to stuff down my throat when getting ready to criticize their chosen one. So, yeah. Lisa Shepard said it's Victory Monday. Hey, y'all. How you doing, Lisa? Good to see you. Make sure I pronounce this right. Wando no Pancho. How you doing? Say, Steve, what's up? I can't stop watching yesterday's highlights. Feels good. It feels really good. And slowly but surely, you can't ignore, not that we need to get, and I said this during the offseason, I don't need the national media's attention. I don't need their permission to call us an up-and-coming team. I see, and unfortunately, you get caught in the social media world, and you have a lot of the fans for the Falcons. How come they're not talking about us? Man, so what? Don't let them talk. I don't want to hear them talk. Let us be the biggest secret in the NFL. I hope nobody covers Bijan Robinson all year. I hope no one sees the job our offensive line does in the run game. I hope everyone is completely oblivious to what Jonnu Smith can still do at the tight end position. I want all those secrets to be kept secret. I want no one to know how Grady Jarrett tracked that dude down, tracked A.J. Dillon down from his nose tackle position and ran all the way down the line and caught him for a 1 yard loss. Those are things I don't want out there. We don't need their permission. We don't need all of that. Be happy within as a fan base. Mills 1967 says, rise up. Let's go 2-0, baby. Yes. Love it. Lisa said, I rewatched the game today. The TV experience is different from watching it in person. Lisa, it always interests me too, because, you know, when we're watching it there, I don't know. It's just an anticipation that's a little bit different than when you're on TV. And I've always thought that the TV experience is a little overrated sometimes. You get the angles, you get the cameras, but you get to feel the excitement a little bit there. At least I know you can speak to it. That whole fourth quarter, our section was all up. Green Bay fans, Falcon fans, I shouldn't even acknowledge them, but they were there. Green Bay fans were there strong. But everybody was standing up those last couple of drives because it was that good. The excitement was there. The fourth down calls, the Atlanta Falcons stops. It was just awesome. Awesome stuff to see. Got a super chat in here. That's my buddy Rusty, man. How you doing, Rusty? Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says Stephanie tells me I'm a much happier person to be around when the Falcons win. 3-0 loading. BR7 is the GOAT. Look, thank you, Rusty. And I mean, I'm sure Stephanie speaks for quite a few households in the Atlanta area and for those fans outside the Atlanta area like yourself, that the world is much better. Rusty probably took a garbage out after the Falcons game. He probably washed the dishes. And if Stephanie plays it right, she could probably get you to go to the baby store to get Aiden something to wear. So, Steph, if you're listening, oh, that's awesome, man. Rusty is the man. Thank you so much for always supporting us here, Russ. Thank you so much. NLBM gang, what's going on? Say, I'm happy with the win, but they did cheat us on that Matt Hollins touchdown. Also, rest Bijan sometimes. He was winded, and we still kept giving them the ball. Okay, I'm going to address the first part. That Matt Hollins thing was a touchdown. And I dare any other referee to come out and try to explain to me how that wasn't a touchdown. His toes touched first. Both of his toes were down. I went back. Lisa was talking about the experience from the stadium to there. When they're showing it on the stadium, they keep replaying back and forth. They didn't show the top. He had control, and his toes hit first. I don't think I've ever seen it where they say, okay, your heel has to hit down. I don't know. I'm just, his toes, he was a ballerina. He literally, and the man don't wear shoes, so he knew what he was doing. I think they robbed him. You're absolutely right. They absolutely robbed him. As far as the rest for Bijan, listen, I saw what you were talking about. He seemed like he was a little winded. But he's a rook, man. He's going to have to get that time in there. And let's face it, he's become that guy. And when you're that guy, you got to have your guys in at crunch time. And at crunch time, it's all about Bijan right now. And then no disrespect to Tyler, who did his thing again. Not on the level he did last week, but that's fine. He can go in there and spell Bijan for some of those carries. But hey, he's young. It's a great problem to have. And now probably add Cordero Patterson to the mix this week. Maybe he won't have as many plays, maybe. Travis said, what's up, rise up. Now give me my theme music. Y'all love that Sesame Street, didn't you? Lisa said the Benz was lit again. I'm loving the energy this season. And here's I agree with you. I do. But I also want people to be upfront about it. We were down as a fans in that stadium from the time the Packers went up until pretty much the middle of that third quarter. All you heard was, go, Pack, go. Go, Pack, go. And you barely heard the Falcon fans until we finally started getting our traction. Then you said, oh, there are Falcon fans in here. Once we start making that comeback and the Green Bay levels went down and Atlanta levels went up, that was a beautiful thing. But hey, to have a full house in there, period, I'm just happy to see that. That's my boy Kivo in the house. What's going on? Y'all check out Crown One's podcast on YouTube. Make sure you check him out. Give him some love out there. He said, what's up, Uncle Steve? 2-0 feels good, but the slow starts have to stop. Coaching adjustments have been better. Maybe we should open up games with RPO and pistol. I'm sure they're looking at the tape that we're looking at, Kivo, and I'm hoping that they see what we see. And we see some of the things that, yeah, it just seems like we come out the box stumbling. And yeah, we got to do something to, because I think we're a better team as we showed against Carolina when we jump on top of them first. If we can get the lead on these teams that we play coming up, folks, we're going to be hard to stop. We're going to be very difficult to stop. I believe that. Got another super chat in the area. That is my buddy John Harris says, I got to hear your take on that catch. I'm not saying we got. Go back to the Santonio Holmes catch in the Super Bowl in 08. Toes counts as body parts down. And I hope you were listening just a few minutes ago, John. Absolutely. I'll go as far to even talk about Julio's catch in the NFC Championship against the same Green Bay Packers when he turned around and landed his toes on there, and that was a catch. I don't know what the referees were talking about. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. Thank you so much for the super chat too. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. I think that was a catch. If anybody did think it wasn't a catch, let me know. Let me know if it wasn't. Jay Black is here, says we need a new Patrick Kearney. Patrick Kearney was pretty good, though. All kidding aside. Yuri, the Euro. What's going on, Yuri? Says AJ needs to hop on the ball machine. But oh, man, Yuri. And I'm saying to myself, this isn't an isolated incident. AJ got to learn how to catch them balls. He did everything perfectly. And I'm not saying he hasn't done a great job the first 2 weeks. So take that out of the equation. But Yuri's right. Your playmaker capabilities go up one notch when you can catch those balls, man. You got to get those interceptions. Because Yuri's that could have saved us a whole drive. He's got to catch them. Love what he's doing as our quarterback one. But yeah, you got to catch those, man. Got to. RC Plane Builder is here. What's going on? Thank you for joining us in the lounge. And again, as y'all are coming in the lounge, please don't forget on YouTube, please like the video for me. If you get a chance to, push the like button. Costs you absolutely nothing. Those on Facebook, do the same for me. I appreciate you. Let's get this thing out into the Falcons atmosphere. Says, feel like we wasted money in free agency on defensive players that can't stop a nosebleed, not including Jesse Bates III. Now, I know you didn't watch David Onyemata in the third and fourth quarter because he was actually a little bit of a force to be reckoned with from the end of the third quarter to the fourth. They were bringing that pressure in, and he made a couple of nice stops in the middle. So I disagree with you on that. Caden Ellis, somebody else we paid money for. He had a sack yesterday. So, I know they're not going to make plays every single time. That's too much to ask them to make a play. Onyemata's not going to get 2 sacks a game. Ellis is not going to get 2 sacks a game. Jesse Bates is not going to always get interceptions. That's just not going to happen. But I still say the veteran presence of that defense held that thing down a little bit better than last year's D. I know 24 points seems like a lot, but they made stops when they needed to in the fourth quarter. Because all the stuff we did in the fourth quarter is for naught if the defense doesn't turn around and stop them. I quite honestly felt like there was a point in time when the offense was turning the ball back over to the defense so quick, the defense didn't get a chance to think. So from that standpoint, I'm going to hold my criticism of them, but feel free. I hear what you're saying. No problem with your opinion on that. Facebook user says, what up, brother? That's got to be Macario in the house. 2-0 with 1 division game. I'm super excited. 3-0 is on the rise. It's a birthday, shawty. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta love that energy. Gotta love it. Lisa says our defense has improved from last year. I think it has. I get what RC is saying, but I'll take this defense over last year's in a heartbeat. Jay Black says Troy Anderson is the answer, but we need to let him play to get experience. Well, and again, he's got to, got to be on the field. And I know he reported late about his concussion. Let's hope he's back next week. Yuri says 0 points in the fourth quarter, says we're better. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Lisa says it was a tale of two halves for sure. Jimmy Wayne is here. Jimmy says Monday victory feels so good to say that for 2 straight weeks. Again, I love these new habits we're getting into. Think of it. Not only, if I'm not mistaken, Jimmy, chat, not only is this the first time we've had back-to-back wins to start the season since 17, am I mistaken if I say we've started 0-2 every year? I know 18 we did. I'm pretty sure we did 19 and 20. I know we did the first 2 years of Arthur Smith. So that's crazy, y'all, right? Not only do we not lose a game, we're 2-0. Brian Peoples shows it up. What's up, Brian? He said, what up? 2-0, baby. Yes, sir. Facebook user says, I agree his IQ shined yesterday. A few things to polish, but I think he's a promising leader in the years to come. And folks, see, if you say that to certain people, there are a lot of people that say, oh, Ritter hate alert. Ritter hate. Woo! You don't like Desmond. You said he has flaws. You don't like him. I bet it's because he's a 3rd-round pick, right? No, folks. There are a lot of things in that first half that Desmond got away with. I love the fact that he did what he did on the field in that fourth quarter. That's the stuff that starting quarterbacks are made out of. But boy, yeah, we got to start telling things for what they are too. He had a struggle at the beginning, but he came back in the end, so I love it. Millie Mills says, oh, what's up? What's going on, Millie Mills? Brian says 3 yards and 0 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, the defense for the stuff that y'all a few comments ago was talking about the defense. That's what I'm talking about. Defense shut it down. Last year's defense, I don't think they would have done that. Michael Walker? No. I just don't think they would have. Facebook user says, Lions are tough. We can beat them. We need Patterson to hurry back, I feel. I'm hoping, again, Patterson and Jeff Okudah, I'm hoping, I felt good that they were going to play this week because they practiced all week, but I guess my man, Coach Smith, had different ideas, I guess. I don't know. Junior Simmons, what's going on? Simons, how you doing? Say, I'm just happy, so happy we got another win, but against a bona fide offense and defense. Speaks volumes when we still haven't got it all. We still haven't given it our all on the field. I'll change that at the end for me. I don't think it's not that they haven't given it their all. I would change that for me. I would say they haven't got it all together as a squad. And remember, the interchangeable parts, there are about 5 new guys on that starting defense now. So it's going to take a while for them to truly get settled as a defense, get all their checks together, make sure they're on the same page. So I don't want to say giving it their all. I think they're giving it their all. Definitely. Yuri says the man don't wear shoes. You know what he's doing. Hey! He doesn't. That was an excellent play, man. I'm sorry, y'all. It was excellent. Ron Smith said, what's up, Uncle Luke? I mean, Steve. Well, y'all in a good mood today. I love it. I'm in a good mood, too. 2-0. That's what we going to do. Facebook users say, what's happening, up? man, I enjoyed this game. The team stepped up big time. We definitely have to pack the stadium and support these guys. And I'm seeing that trend. I mean, with winning, I've said it all season, with winning, the crowds will come. Keep this winning up, keep this winning record. The Benz becomes the place to be on Sundays. Got to get some of them folks in the Benz is more of a spectacle place where you got a lot of people down in the little club levels and, you know, on the terrace stuff and all of that, which is fine. But fans, man, we need to pack them seats. And to hear the players, which is crazy to me, go to a man to each of the interviews yesterday, at least during one part of every interview, they said, oh, we felt the energy. Listen to Bijan. We felt the crowd. When is the last time you heard them say, we felt the crowd? How do you think that defense felt on that last drive when we scored the field goal? And if you're a Falcon fan, times in the past, you was like, oh, Lord, they got a minute left. They're going to drive right down this field. Not that crowd. That crowd was not going to allow them to get that energy, to get that momentum. That crowd was loud on those last couple of plays for Green Bay. Crazy loud. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Bobby Carter is here. Said, what's up? Keep giving it to him. I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to. Facebook user said, what are we going to do with Pitts? You know, I see that's one of the topics that has been going on, that, you know, Pitts only got 2 targets. Last week he made, I think it was only 2 as well. I don't know. I go back to that draft, and I don't want to look too far back because we're winning now, so I'm not thinking about it. Pitts did a lot of stuff because at that time, the offense was kind of built for him to get volume catches and yards and things like that. And with a seasoned quarterback at that time, even on the decline, in Matt Ryan, he was able to maximize the use of Kyle Pitts. I think we're just seeing right now that if Arthur Smith knew then what he knows now, Kyle Pitts probably wouldn't be on this team. And that's not a knock to Kyle. I think Kyle is awesome. It's obvious when he gets the ball, he can do some things. He's an awesome weapon. But in this particular offense that you have, when you see Jonnu Smith catching balls like he does, and we all know Michael Pruitt, when asked, he could probably catch the ball a couple of times. I'm wondering if he had an opportunity to do it all over again, would he? But it is going to be interesting after next season. Kyle ain't going nowhere. Nobody's trading him. He's going to be fine. We're going to use him, even if it's sparingly. We're going to use him a lot. It will be interesting when you come up on that 5th-year option, because I'm pretty sure, judging by the tight end salaries these days of the high-end folks, that 5th year is probably going to be north of $15 million. And if you're not using him like you probably anticipated, you got to start thinking about that. Now, on the flip side, he's also a great decoy. He's also somebody that you have to account for. So from that standpoint, you can't let Kyle Pitts have space. You can't let him run down the field free, because he can beat a cornerback. So there are a lot of things about the Kyle Pitts thing. I'm not ready to throw it all out yet. Kyle is doing a good job for us. Let's see how the rest of the season goes. G, what's up? Said, when are we replacing McGarry? Let me say something about McGarry. Remember Batman, Two-Face? I think when they're running the ball, he's the Harvey Dent side. When they are passing, he's the monster side. Because if you look at what side they run on, when they need the yards, they're not going, no disrespect to Jake and Bergeron's side. When they need the first down, when they need the yards, they go right. So if we're honest with ourselves, Caleb got re-signed for that road grading that him and Lindstrom are doing on the right side. But he's got to improve that pass protection. And it's probably done by design, but the best, he's probably, even though most of the time you see the best pass rushers go for the left, because with the majority of the quarterbacks being right-handed, that's their blind side. They're not crazy. They go on McGarry's side and try to see if they can take advantage. Stephon says, yes, AJ would have taken it straight to the house. High stepping like Dion, pick six. Most definitely. I feel like that too. Alex Holcomb is in the house. What's up, Unc? Enjoyed the game at the Benz tailgate on North Side. Was off the chains. Bird won, and now a 2-0 best start since 2017. Alex, when I come in, I come from Pascal's, the direction of Pascal's, coming down North Side. And if y'all familiar with, I'm sure a lot of you, because I see, judging by the traffic I get into all the time, I know you all know that route where the Burger King across the street where they shot School Days, and Pascal's, the historic restaurant off North Side. Soon as you come over that corner, man, it's just like such a beautiful sight. Now, I think a lot of people, since they kind of closed up the Gulch and all of that stuff, to see the tailgating going on over in that area as you're turning the corner, you know, even the guys selling water bottles, so they look like they are more excited about things this year, man. It's just a different vibe, and winning invites that. I think when we come back from London and we play Houston, I think you're going to have that same vibe. Let's put it this way. By the time we come back, no matter what the results are, we're not going to be a losing team when we come back to Mercedes-Benz in October. So keeping that momentum and knowing that we're undefeated at home, it's a beautiful thing. Rusty said, was a good call. It was a continuous motion, so the heel needs to come down and bounce as well. If he would have backflipped out of the end zone before his heels hit, it would have been a touchdown, as weird as that sound. I'm sure you probably heard, and I hear you, Rusty. I just think they need to change that. I think they need to change that rule. I think your toes should be counted as when the guys are on the sideline and they do y'all seen it several times, they catch the ball and the tip of their toes are on the sideline. What's the difference with that and what Mac Hollis did yesterday in the end zone? There is none. You see it all the time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When they catch the ball on the side, they'll be on the tips. They're not landing on their heels. They're falling forward. So I think I hear what you're saying, had he, hopped out after he did that. But your natural instincts are saying, get my toes up first, then let the heels down. I think that's a ridiculous call. I think that should be a touchdown, but I hear you. Winston says, what's going on? Thank you, Winston. I appreciate it. He says, chat, smash the like button. And he's right. If you get a chance, please smash the like buttons for us. Thank you. Stephon says, let's talk about it. How we are now finishing games in the fourth quarter instead of losing in the fourth quarter like the past years. It's not only is it a different vibe, but it's a different culture and attitude when okay, we're down two scores, which I know we get 2 field goals and a touchdown, but we're technically down 2 scores, and yet we still have the confidence that we can run down the field and do this thing. I think it's a culture thing. Give Terry and Arthur credit for bringing in folks that say, yeah, I see the score and I see the time and I see it's fourth quarter, but we still can win this game. Years past, Stephon is right. You would have probably already started turning to another game if you're on TV in years past, but not this team so far. And remember, the team takes on the attitude of their quarterback. So give Desmond credit enough. If it would have been one of those quarterbacks just going through the motion, we'd be 1-1. So give him credit. Winston says Patterson and Okuda should play this week, barring setbacks. I hope so. I kind of thought they were going to play this week, Winston. Timothy says, me being in Packerland is funny because when our Falcons did that comeback, I didn't hear one word from anyone. So I started to text my family to see if they had ended their live game. It was funny, Timothy. I made a video right after the game. Like all these folks around me. Go, Pat, go. Go, Pat, go. And then from the fourth quarter on, when we were making our drives, even when they were on defense, you only heard like a spattering. Go, Pat, go. Or some little 6-year-old kid that's like, go, Pat, go. And their dad shutting them up. Shut up, kid. This wrong time of the game. And I'm not telling people to tell their children to shut up. Before I get in trouble. John says, Rusty, find a post in the rule that says it's continuous motion. I mean, I know Rusty is a knowledgeable guy, and you know, whether he's right or not, I just think they need to change that if that's, you know, what it is. Ron Smith says, feels good to at least know your team has a chance every game. Last year, I was worried from kickoff until 0 in the fourth. But it's kind of weird though, Ron. In a certain way, as much as you want your team to blow everybody out, there was a good feeling about how we won that game. That no matter what, they didn't give up. I love it. I love it. Tim says, as long as the team wins, the stadium will be lit, especially in close games like yesterday. And it's good advertising for the next game too, Tim. My buddy Jeremy's in the house. What's going on, man? So I hate it, but everything I'm reading states, if any part of the foot comes down during the catch, rocking back on the heel out of bounds, even if the toes are inbounds, it's incomplete. And you know what, Jeremy? And thanks, man. I hate it too, man. That think about how silly that sounds, though. Now, is it just me that over the years, Jeremy and Rusty, am I not seeing when the guys catch the ball on their toes and then they fall out of bounds? Is that not the same? I don't know. I hear you, and the rule's probably right, but I'm just saying it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. But I appreciate that. Q said, what's crazy is when we went 3-0 in 2017 season, Green Bay, was the second win, and Detroit was the third win. If we beat Detroit this week, it's another 2017 for us. I hope so, brother. I hope so. Somebody pointed that out last week. I hope so. NLMB gang says, quick question, I know it's early, but do you think we should draft Shedeur Sanders? No, I don't. I really don't. We're 2-0. We have some pieces around us. You got to give this young man some confidence. And you're talking about somebody, and if y'all been rocking with me for the longest time, y'all know how I felt about Ridder from the beginning. I have not been shy about it. I've taken bullets over it about how I don't match the enthusiasm of some fans about Ridder's ceiling. But if Ridder continues to win, and more importantly, like yesterday, they take the identity of him during drives like he did. Folks, we don't win that game without Desmond Ridder. I said it. Mark it down because it might not be a lot. But we don't win that game without Desmond Ridder yesterday. So, no, I don't think we add that. And plus, I think Shedeur is still in the back of the line when it comes to quarterbacks. And I know everybody's caught up in the Coach Prime, Shedeur, Travis Hunter. And speaking of which, this stupid story just came out right before people making death threats on the kid who hit Travis Hunter out of bounds. And it's just like keyboard bullies and keyboard little cowards. and stuff like that. It's football, folks. Sometimes in the heat of battle, you do something wrong, you hit wrong. If it was Colorado doing it to them, nobody would be talking about it. Now all of a sudden, because it's Travis Hunter and he was getting some shine, and so your first instinct is to go and type out what you're gonna do. I hope they go find out who it is and prosecute them. I really do. Just ridiculous stuff. But no, I'm not a big just because he's this. I know the tendency on social media is to, the latest person to come, oh, he should be a Falcon. They're doing great. He should be a Falcon. Somebody gets 5 interceptions in the game. They should be a Falcon. I'm not that guy. But it's a fair question. I just don't think, I think it's early. Let me see Shedeur against Oregon, USC, Utah, and some of the tougher teams in the Pac. He hasn't played. They haven't played. Now, TCU, I thought they were going to be a little better than they were. They still scored 42 points. Yeah, Colorado's defense is garbage. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's why this Oregon game here is really going to be interesting because they can't stop anybody. Nebraska is a horrible team. But TCU put up 42, and these guys in Colorado State put up over 30. So I'm just like hold tight on the crowning of the Colorado Buffalo. If I had a crystal ball, I'll be shocked if they finish 6-6. Winston says, Uncle's the same thing as with a late hit. As soon as any part of the foot is out of bounds, the runner is out of bounds, the foot has to be established inbounds if the whole foot is in play. And I appreciate it, Winston. Yeah, I mean, and listen, y'all, I believe y'all. I believe y'all wholeheartedly. It's just I don't agree with it. They need to think about that. Larry says, sorry, I'm late, Steve. I missed the Sesame Street music. You didn't miss it today, brother. Chill Rodney says, yo, hope you're having a great day. Of course I am. Now that we are talking about the Falcons, I am having especially a victorious Falcon team. Timothy Thiel says, I worry about Pitt's products because great running games will make it easy for him to slip through during play action passes, especially when the quarterback reads the progression fast enough. Yeah, listen, I think Kyle is going to be okay. Let's see if we're saying this still by late November, December. It's still the first 2 games. I want to be able to allow these guys to get their footing. As I said before the season started, these couple of games to start the season are an extension of preseason. These guys, all teams, not just Atlanta, all teams. So we're getting ready to just get used to each other. I'm not ready to call Kyle Pitts out right now, But Dixon Wade said that video was super funny, Steve. Go Pat, go. Yeah, man. I was trying to get him up out of there, man. I was really pretty tired of Packer fans yesterday. Speaking of people who were there in the game, bringing up one of the best Atlanta content creators in our space, popular guy, always at the game, rooting for his team, one of the guys that I really look up to. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my bad. This is just Big Low. My fault. Hey, Big Low said, oh, what's going on, man? I'm sorry. I thought it was somebody else, man. What's going on, man? I had the wrong script up. Sorry about that. What's
okay. Okay, look, I hear you. I hear you. You doing all right today, man?
My brother Big Low Country Sports is in the house. What is going on, brother? And how are you on this victorious Monday?
Man, we fared apart the cloudy, man. I ain't gonna say that. It's a sunny day. In the words of Sesame Street, sunny days.
But listen, I'm taking full credit for everybody re-establishing this Sesame Street love from last.
You should. You should.
So,
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Listen, I don't mean to put you right into the fire, but one of the popular questions everybody is asking, Lo, and I know you and I get a chance to always kind of talk about stuff offline. Kyle Pitts, man, that's. Are you concerned about the usage of Kyle Pitts or the lack thereof? Targets that he's getting, or is it 2 games in too short of a time to kind of worry about that right now?
I mean, so whenever you say concern to what? Like concern that we would. I'll put it like this. I get concerned because it seems like they try to force him the ball a little bit, and that led to a turnover, and it led to not scoring in the red zone. So I'm concerned in that regard. Now, long term, does it make me concerned? Because as far as like us not having him long term, I guess like my whole thing is like, and this isn't just football. This is life. It's like if it doesn't work with you, I can't make it work with you. That makes sense. Like, if it doesn't work with you, and so if it doesn't work with you, and I can't make it work with you, like we should both go on our separate ways. I.e., Calvin Ridley. Like it didn't work. It didn't work. So it's like, he's over there thriving, and we're 2-0 over here. So I mean, it's one of those things. I would love, players come and go.
Yeah,
come and go.
Yeah, and when you're 2-0, and these are conversations that it's funny now that the culture seems to be changing towards winning. You start thinking about things like that. Is this something we can turn into a pick? Can we turn into a player that we need? Because Jonnu Smith seemed pretty comfortable catching the ball out there yesterday. I'm pretty sure if we put Michael Pruitt out there, would that be that much of a difference? So when you look at teams that need that bell cow tight end, could we parlay this into something? And let me make the disclaimer: Big Lo and I are not saying trade Kyle Pitts on September 18th.
Please say that. Please reiterate that.
Because this will get turned into I saw Uncle Steve, and Big Lo was on there too. They talking about trading him, and that's not what I'm saying. We're saying that you have to start thinking about if in the future, if we aren't using him like we are, to maybe we need to go in a different direction. It's fair. It's fair to talk about. I think you are freezing up there, my friend.
Yeah. And I'm.
Yeah, I think you are freezing. Yeah, it's me or you. I think you're freezing up a little bit.
It probably.
I don't know. Yeah, I know you didn't. I know. Let me text Coach Rona and say, can she pay for the internet? Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Did she pay for the internet? No, I'm just joking. No,
man,
I don't want
probably something going on with the computer.
I don't want you to get cut off in the middle of your thing. Go ahead to your you were talking at first, and I want you to get cut off. Say it one more time. But
basically, I was just saying, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and we just have to go on to the next one. Players come and go, So
that's
one of those things where it is what it is.
So since you're here, and I want to do this for the last few minutes of this with you and the chat. I wanted to do word association with certain players. And yesterday we kind of did it a little bit with Bijan Robinson. And we got so many one-word definitions of what he is and what your thoughts are of him and stuff. But I want to get one-word definitions of what you and the rest of the fans in the chat think of our team and our players. And I'm going to start at the top real quick because this is somebody who's been criticized a little bit. I'm going to get your one-word thought and then tell me why you chose it. What do you think about Arthur Smith? One word first to describe him, and then just what do you think is going on with him?
Stubborn.
And I'm gonna tell you, full disclosure, Bigelow was not very happy with the play caller in the first half, and he was texting, and I had to calm him down. Calm down, Lo. Calm down. Go eat a carrot. Go do something to get you relaxed. But tell me why you say stubborn. Uh-oh. I guess he's not going to tell me why he said stubborn. I apologize about the difficulties. He's going to come back, I'm pretty sure. But everybody else in the chat, let me know real quick when you start talking about Arthur Smith. Give me one word that you got. Hucklebuck is in the house. He says emotional. That's very good. That's pretty good right there. Bobby Carter says chess player. Okay, I can deal with that. There was some times earlier when I kind of would have thought something different. But yeah, I can go with chess player. Stefan says arrogant. And in some ways, I know a lot of people will say arrogant is confidence. Confidence is arrogant. I think there's a difference between the two. Chill Rodney comes in. He says confusing. He is Tevin Count. I'm so confused about you. I just love that song. But confusing. That's good. Seba comes in and says privileged. That's real good. That's real good. Winston comes in and says hard-headed. Arthur Smith, that's crazy. I think a lot of it's really interesting, especially when you start talking about that first half. Jimmy says complacent and not in a good way. Almost like Jimmy, I'm just gonna do what I do, and I stand on me, stand on my own. It's fair. It's fair. James in the house, cuz says set in his ways. I got you. Set in his ways. And we're playing word association, folks. Arthur Smith got some good ones here. G says mule-headed. I think this matches up. Larry comes back and says stubborn. And that's really weird. Now, this is a coach that's 2-0, and these are what the fans saying. So that's interesting. JBM93 says, so we need a new coach. Now, I don't think I'm saying that, JB. Listen, when Bill Belichick, and I am not saying Arthur Smith is Bill Belichick, so save your typing. When Bill Belichick first started with Cleveland, I thought he was one of those guys that was every word that people were saying. Hard-headed, complacent, mule-headed, stubborn, stuff like that. But I also say once you start winning, people start to forget those things or start giving you credit for those attributes as long as you start winning. We got one super chat in here. That's my buddy, Greg. Greg from Custom Kicks. Again, y'all make sure. I wore mine yesterday. If you're on Facebook, go out and check. I got a couple of pictures. I had the Falcon shoes on that Greg designed. Outstanding work. It's not something it's not something that you're gonna sit back and it's gonna tear up on you the next day. It holds in well. Can't wait to take them to London. Y'all make sure y'all check Greg at Custom Kicks. Thank you for the $5 chat, my friend. Said Big Low and Up. What's up? Been a while since we've been 2-0. I love the Dig Hollins look at Savage. Everyone thinks there's a Savage until they face a real one. Hey, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. I think Big Low is trying to come back. I think his internet is acting crazy. I think that's him coming back right now. Let's see if that's you, my friend.
Yes, sir. I don't know what's going on, Steve. My apologies. I don't know what's. I think Arthur Smith, he must have told FedEx to cut my internet off or something. I don't know.
Soon as he called him a name, it's funny. The internet went off.
That's it.
So
I'm sorry. My apologies.
No, man. You are the man. I appreciate it. We got Hucklebuck says insecure.
Oh,
that's deep. Minute 95 North is in the house. What's going on, man? How you doing? How you doing, man? Good to holler at you.
Definitely.
Y'all make sure y'all check out Big 95 North, who'll be on later on this week with Smitty and the Sports Machine. Check out both of those guys on YouTube. Make sure you like the video. Terrence Jones says, what's going on? Smart Ride, going back to the word association, says baffling. Hey, baffling. Meal says prideful. Hucklebuck has some suggestions. He said, pay the bill, Big Low. Pay the bill.
Arthur Smith told AT&T not to deliver my internet. That's what happened.
Oh, man. Stephon says, not FedEx. See, y'all you messing with Coach Smith. You ain't going to get no packages. And Andre says, unsure. That's so pretty much a pretty good thought of what everyone's thinking about Arthur Smith. Let's go to the next Falcon. Another hot topic, of course, in Falcon land. Let's talk about Desmond Ridder. Word association, Desmond Ridder after 2 weeks. Desmond Ridder. Let's see. First
one word.
First one word, and then tell me why you think that.
You ready?
Oh, I'm ready for you. I'm
saying ready.
I'm looking at your screen. Do this. That's what your screen is doing when I'm asking this.
I don't know what's going on. Desmond Ridder is ready.
We can hear you perfectly. I think the screen keeps stopping, but we can hear you. So go ahead and speak, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So for my word association, Desmond Ridder is ready. That's my word for him.
Okay.
Yeah. It's one of those situations where I feel like we watch him grow into. I feel like we watched him take over the franchise, yesterday. Like it was a passing of the torch. Yeah. So moving forward, it's like I know everybody's worried because he didn't have a C on his chest, to start the season. So maybe next year he might get it now. So it's like I said, he gotta earn it. This is how you earn it.
But okay, I'm gonna go to the other comments. Here's my only thing though, and I want you to tell me: am I exaggerating? Or am I telling the truth? From the moment it was announced, which I think was right before the draft, that he was going to be the QB1, were we not sold on the great leadership he's shown, the great galvanization of the team? People were coming, allegedly. Free agents were coming because he showed leadership. Calais Campbell was one of the first ones that said he did that. And so when you hear all of that, and you see he's not named the captain, again, folks, it's yesterday's news, but I'm bringing it up for a point. And then you turn around and look at Carolina and see they named Bryce Young their captain. And if I'm not mistaken, CJ Stroud as well. Rookie quarterbacks. So when I hear he's got to earn it and they ain't stepped on the field yet, what do we say then?
I mean, but come on, let's be honest. Who gonna be the captain for the Texans? The water boy? who they gonna have cheerleaders be captains? I mean,
I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm playing devil's
advocate. I hear what you're saying.
But what's your? I gotta hear what's your logic though. If we're saying over here in Atlanta, well, he hadn't earned it yet. He hadn't whatever. But you see rookie quarterbacks being named captains. What's the? It's fair. It's a fair question.
Okay. All right. So you're right. It's a fair question. What's Texas' record?
Texas may not have won a game yet. Okay.
What about Carolina?
Carolina is about to beat our hated rivals, the Saints.
Hopefully. So it's like, see how they got their priorities mixed up, huh? I mean, you see what I'm saying?
I'm quick, Lo. You're not gonna pass that stuff by me.
I'm just saying, it's like, they're captains. Also ain't none of one between both of them. Ain't none of one nothing. So it's like, they're captains though. Oh man, they're captains. It's like, hey, to each his own. Different people go about things different ways.
I actually think Anthony Richardson. I think Anthony Richardson is a captain too. I got to double check that.
Really?
But yeah, I think he is. I'm gonna double check that. He's the first rookie out of the three to get a win. So good for him. As far as
did he get hurt yesterday?
He got hurt. He was in from concussion protocol right now. But he did enough before the end of the game to get that win. So they held on to win. So he's the first of the rookies to get his first win. So congratulations to him, and hope he's out there on the field. Because remember, he was the one that everybody was saying, it's going to take a little while, and he's the first one to actually. And I know we get in trouble for looking at stats, but so far he's kind of been the guy out of the three rookies. So we'll see. Going back to Desmond Ridder, one word. Let's go back here. Jimmy Hall says promising. Huckabuck says quiet confidence. Larry says improving. Bobby Carter says improving. That's a good one right there. Jimmy Hall says improving. That's interesting. Huckabuck says unassuming. Stefan says confidence or learner. Seba says eager. Vincent says fiery. Coach Davis brings us back down to earth and says unready. His read progression is terrible. Once he gets that, if ever, I think he could get better. And remember, folks, I always have to put the thought in there. You coming from Coach Davis ain't gonna let a lot of stuff slip. So when we all licking the lollipops and raising up the balloons, Coach gonna bring us down to earth. So give Coach credit. Huckabuck says blue collar. Smart Rod says skeptical. And Larry says Anthony Richardson is a captain. So just to answer the question. Greg from Custom Kicks, I'm going to give you the honor, Big Low. Got a super chat from him. He said, one word, passionate. Take it away, brother.
Well, we got a few words for you, Greg. Dun, da, da. That's a Superman chat. There it is.
Now, you got the internet version of the Superman chat. So you got the AT&T 3.0 version. Because
I don't know what's going on. Let me see. Let me see if I can figure this. I'm
gonna let you drop out and come back out because I don't want people to get you all messed up. But coach is gonna drop out for a little bit, see if he can fix that thing. I appreciate you, bro. Let's go back down this this list again. Skeptical. Chill Rodney says maybe. That's interesting. Jimmy says the only reason the team chooses a rookie as a captain is that they don't trust the vets to lead the team or they don't respect the vets. Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. I think I'm somebody that tends to think you have all summer to prove it. I don't know. We'll see. Bobby says some are earned, some are given, but after the fire, you'll see the truth. This is true. This is true. Drew is here saying what's good. What's good. Drew also says, who saw that look after Ritter got that touchdown and started barking at the crowd? Once he got going, we got a chance. I gotta see that. And because everybody keeps talking about that. When he got a chance to when he was allegedly talking to the crowd. I really want to, see that and see what he was talking about. I'm gonna get one more person in here, and we're gonna get here for the Falcons and see if Bigelow finally paid the bill. And let's see, were the negotiations successful?
I hope so. I'm on my phone this time. I think there's something going on with my computer. So
is that what it is?
Negotiations were
you are much clearer, I can tell you right now, than you were before. So the last person we're going to get on here on the list is Bijan Robinson. And I know we did this a little bit yesterday with some of the folks we had yesterday. But I want to see from this particular crowd again, one word association or phrase for Bijan Robinson. Bigelow, what you got?
Well, I was talking with you on the I think it's sweet.
Yeah. For those of you we had a big talk yesterday. Today. I'm sorry. About comparisons, and he's definitely something different. And I'll say it again. I do feel like he is the most talented running back to put on this uniform. And we were making Bigelow, you tell me what we were talking about so we can.
Basically, like we were just, first of all, you said, we were talking about how, whoever's idea was for him to wear 7.
Right.
I think that's going to be like kind of like Drew Pearson. And,
right.
And the Cowboys are number 88. But for them to go ahead and make for them to make him number 7, it's like, it's obvious he's going to be a playmaker here in Atlanta for years to come. And just the way that, his body control, the way that he moves and the cuts and everything is completely and utterly ridiculous. I've never seen a Falcons running back do this. It's like he went like, first of all, shout out to my brother Ty.
Oh yeah,
shout out to my brother Ty. I got nothing but love for you, but he runs like Devontae Freeman wishes he could run. And I'm pretty sure, Titus Rabbit said to be a message right now, but he runs like Devontae Freeman wishes. He always stops. But he runs. It's like the difference between him and Devontae Freeman. He's still going forward. Like, he stopped and cut, but he's still moving forward the whole time. It's like there's no wasted motion, no wasted space. Like he's steady getting yards the whole time. Like I've never seen nothing like this.
Now, are we talking pre I stole money, Devontae, or I'm still hungry trying to get paid? I'm still hungry, Devontae. Because there is a difference.
There's a difference. He should have changed his number because he was a completely different person. But yeah, he runs like Devontae Freeman wishes he ran.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got some word association Bijan. We got Hucklebuck says electric. Demi says electrifying. Larry says generational. Ghost Peppers is in the house. Ghost says ankles. Greg says shifty. Winston says Bijan is special. The way he sets up his blocks and dead legs defenders is crazy. That man is different. Cousin James just says Bijan is him. That might be that's actually really good.
Yeah.
Chris Rogers said, "What in the world, Bo?" Chris looking out for you. Devonta, another one, says BR is him. That Stefan says crowd pleaser. Vincent says generational. Another one, Larry, generational. Bijan, and he's going over. And those of you who, when you get ready to leave here, y'all go over to Larry in the Dixon Way. He's going to check out that Braves game. Hopefully the Braves can get off this skid. We let Miami Marlins sweep us this weekend, which is ridiculous. I know we won the division, but come on, man. Let's get right on there. Chill Rodney says internet on life support for Bigelow. So don't worry. Look, after this is over with in a couple of minutes, we're gonna get him to talk to Xfinity to see if they can help him out over there. And
There you go.
Chill Rodney also said them Saints fans messing with Bigelow internet. That's probably what it is, man. All them Saints fans that you got over there, they messing with you. But speaking of which, I did tell everybody I wanted to get off here so we can see the Saints lose to the Carolina Panthers. Hopefully that'll happen. Bigelow, let's sign them out here. Tell everybody where you at and promise them that you will have a better internet experience next time.
I promise. Well, it was a computer, so I tried.
It was a computer. Okay.
Yeah, I tried to use my old computer.
What's the internet? Oh yeah, sure, Lo. Yeah, the computer, buddy. Yeah.
There you go. I tried to use the old computer, and it was it apparently was acting up on me, so I had to get on my phone. But you can find us at Bigelow Country, Bigelow Country Sports on YouTube. We're at Bigelow Country on X, Instagram, everywhere else, and you'll find you'll find me on the stage somewhere, standing in front of Uncle Steve, as the lead singer of Southern Self.
Well, I'm taking over because they can hear me. I want to be your man. Want to be your man. See, they can't even hear you. See, I can get all my stuff. And we talk for a minute. See, you can't even talk now. I'm taking advantage of that.
I hear you.
But anyway, I'm getting ready to get off here. Listen, y'all take care. Lo, thank you as always for joining me, brother, on the Monday Minutia. We will catch y'all on Friday for the brunch. So y'all make sure you check me Friday at the brunch. Is 1:00 Friday brunch. We'll talk about the Falcons game going into the Detroit to hopefully get that first road win of the year.
Yes, sir.
And see how that works out. Until then, for Bigelow Country Sports, I am Uncle Steve. Again, on your way out, make sure y'all like the video. Take a look over there to my buddy Bigelow's site. Make sure you subscribe as well. Until then, everybody, have a blessed day, and we'll